Hey everybody, welcome to Godlike Statues. This is our Sunday hangout, our Super Bowl Sunday hangout, and I'm probably in the minority of people who are not watching the Super Bowl tonight, but football's just not really my thing. But yeah, man, it's been a good weekend so far. I've got a lot of stuff done, and but also took it easy a lot. And yes, man, so I'm happy to get on for a little bit. Alan, how are you doing?
Yeah, doing great. Yeah, this is a lot more fun than football. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
for me, football is a game that if you play, that's great. But as a watcher, somebody, I mean, for me, it's like more participation than it is watching.
hmm
Even if it's just flag football, whatever. I don't like watching. But
yeah, yeah, and
anyway,
everybody
yeah,
says the commercials are good, but you catch pretty
okay,
much all the commercials on YouTube the next day. Any of the good ones. So
exactly.
yeah,
And it looks like from the way the chat looks like there's a lot of people that aren't watching football too. So
yeah,
good. Good.
yeah.
I'm glad everybody joined us tonight.
hmm Yeah, thank you guys for being here. Terry, it's good to see you, man. And Omnimus Jax, good to see you again, man. Saw you on the Friday show, and I actually have we're going to be showing your unboxing of the doll from Bloodborne tonight too for a little bit. Um, Battle Cat, what's going on, man? Also, we wanted to wish you a happy birthday too, man. So we hope you have a really good one. So
Yeah, happy birthday, Battlecat.
Lane, small panel. Yeah, that's true, man. Everybody bailed. Everybody's watching football. I think Jimmy's out on a date night tonight, so just me and Alan taking it easy tonight. So.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Statues are better anyway. I agree. Yeah, me and Alan were just talking backstage for a minute. Football, there's so much to keep up with, and I just don't have time to get into it. And like Alan was saying, there's so much to keep up on just with statues alone. It's hard to keep up on everything that's coming out every week, and just keeping track of all that and keeping track of our POs and everything. So
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
yeah, Virgin Prime, good to see you, man. Dinesh. All right, Lane. So, any live POs? Know you ready to fully commit to your Leon love affair? Yeah, we'll see. I'm still thinking it over. I was going through looking at some things, trying to figure out what I want to get rid of. Um, it's just tough, man. I'm at the point where it's like every single piece I want is $2,000, and it's tough to. I mean, okay, that's not true. I mean, I did get the Alita piece and the Batgirl; those were under 1,000, but all the big space fillers are all 2K plus. So
Yeah.
yeah, I got to kind of assess my my plan and everything. So Terry watching both. Hey man, that works too. Thunderbolts trailer. Yeah, I just watched that a few minutes ago. Yeah, looks interesting. I haven't really been keeping up with the Marvel universe too much, but it does look like kind of a funny movie. So let's see here. 24-0. Okay. Statue Kingdom. Good to see you, man.
Hey,
Appreciate you being here. Mr. Popo, good to see you, man. Knight, big supporter of the show. Glad to have you here again, too, man. This is the big leagues, man. We go life 1/4 scale, 1-to-1 scale, 750 to 10K and beyond. Yeah, exactly, man. It's a rabbit hole. So
That's true.
yeah. Yeah, Audi, same here. I'm getting over 2K. Yeah, man, that's just kind of the way things have been going lately. I don't know what it is, but maybe we've all just kind of got expensive taste now. But I really love like bigger 1/4 scale dioramas and 1/3 scales, and it's tough to get for. I mean, yeah, you might find a piece for 1,600 or 1,700, but yeah, after shipping and all that other stuff, it always pushes past 2K somehow. So
Yeah.
but
Well, I have a big personal announcement. I did a big major PO yesterday.
oh
Big
really?
one. Big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did the J&D Superman, the Christopher Reeve Superman and Clark Kent,
Oh wow. Oh, the 2-pack.
the two
Yeah.
pack.
Wow,
Yep.
man, that's awesome.
Yep. I bit the bullet. I did it. I had a ton of spec points,
Mm-hmm.
a ton, and
Mm-hmm.
I dumped them all there. And so, yeah, I'm super excited for that. It'll probably be shipping out this week.
Wow, that's awesome, man. It's crazy to think that that's already out. I mean, I know we've seen some in-hand photos and everything, but I think that's a really special piece. They did a really great job with that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got the 2-pack because I really love that the base they have where it just kind of transitions into the snow and ice. I think that's a cool idea.
Well,
So
my intention was to just get the Superman, but
mhm.
then Todd, the enabler that he is, uh, kind of talked me and convinced me to like, you got to get the 2-pack. That's the one that's the hot seller. Everybody wants that one. I'm like, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, okay, fine. What's another? What's
Two
another
grand or
couple
something.
couple grand? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Those look really great though. That Clark Kent is just incredible, man. It's been a while since I've seen that movie, but man, that's just a really good look, and I think they really got the likeness on that really well.
yeah, they did.
So,
Yeah.
well, hey, quick question from Lane. What's the most expensive piece you bought? For me, mine was I think 3,000 is the most I've spent on a piece, and that was for the Alita life size bust from Queen. That's the most I've ever spent, but everything else has been kind of in the 2K range and below, thank God. But that's the most I've spent. What about you, Alan? If you want to
Um,
disclose that.
well, um, I'd have to say the most expensive piece is one that I have on PO. That's the Infinity Natiri life size bust,
Hmm.
the large one. That's
Oh
almost by
yeah.
the time shipping is with it, it's going to be about 6K.
Wow, man, that's crazy. So that pushes beyond the T2 bus, doesn't it?
Yeah, and
Wow.
next to that, the most expensive is the uh, Prime One City Hunter Predator Deluxe Super Duper Whoop De Doo version that
Oh
has
yeah.
the with the skulls.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was retail 5,600 plus shipping.
Man,
Yeah, I
I
don't
love
know.
that piece though. I
I'm
think
gonna
that's an incredible statue. But
yeah, I'm gonna have to save all these boxes. I might have to be living out of them one day.
yeah. Well, cool. Um, yeah, Lane, I agree. I think a lot of people are kind of waiting for Prime One's third scale to come out because it should be coming up close here, hopefully. So I'm not sure how quickly people are going to jump on that sideshow one. No, Alan doesn't need to open a museum. He lives in one, so we're good to go. He's already there. So
Yeah, that's okay. I'm gonna
he
start
just needs to
charging them
start charging admission. Yeah,
admission. Yeah, yeah. Oh,
yeah,
contributions. We'll just call them. Yeah.
yeah. Donations. Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. Donations.
Tony says 5K for me. Man, yeah. It's Queen Terminator bust, 8 grand. Man,
Oh
I
yeah, he's
assume.
Australia.
Yeah. Wow. That's wild. That's an awesome piece, though. We're actually going to be showing that tonight too. I saw a pretty good video of that. Yeah. Canada Prime One Predator exchange about 6.6K each.
Oh
Ouch,
yeah,
man.
yeah. Wow.
That's a lot. I mean, those are some great pieces, but wow.
Man, guys are setting up a retirement fund. Some of these.
Yeah. God, man. The things we do for the hobby. All right. Well, I wanted to start out by
Yeah,
showing this here. Let's see here. Got a bunch of tabs open. Got a bunch of little things I'm going to be showing tonight, but we're going to go for about an hour here.
awesome.
Let's see. We got it up here. So this
Oh
is a
yeah.
video from Nello. Let me mute this real quick. I don't know how loud that's going to be. The T2 bust with the video playing in the background. Looks like maybe a personal edit he did, I think, or maybe a YouTube short, something like that. But yeah, that looks incredible, man.
That really adds to the piece, doesn't it?
It does. I love that metal backdrop to it. That's amazing. And that light strip along the side border, man, that's incredible. I mean, that's a truly amazing display.
Yeah,
That's
it's very industrial looking.
yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I've always wanted to do this. I've always wanted to have like a TV or like either built into a pedestal or something like that, where yeah, you could have like a video loop play for it when people come by or something. But yeah, man, that's insane.
Yeah, I like
So
that
I'm
effect.
excited for you guys, man. This bust is really something else. It's I think it's definitely some of Queen's best work. So
Yeah.
it's amazing all around.
Yeah, and I got notified on Friday that my bust, has gotten to the U.S., at least to the West Coast.
Hmm.
So I guess it's going through customs. So I'm hoping that within maybe 10 days to 2 weeks it should be here,
Hmm.
and then
Yeah.
I'll probably be calling Freddie for some help.
Yeah. Honestly. Yeah. That yeah, that's gonna be insane, man. I just that box is ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to pay the driver a couple bucks to help me get the box in the house.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's gonna sit out there. That thing is 200 pounds. I mean, that's nuts.
hmm Yeah, that's insane. All right. Let's see. I want to take a look at pull up Omnibus Jack's channel real quick.
Hey, Vision.
There we go. Get this full screen. So this is a piece that I really really like. I think it's definitely an underrated piece.
Ooh,
I haven't played a ton of Bloodborne, but I'm familiar with the character, and it's cool. I've seen some unlicensed versions of the statue too that are very similar. It's almost like a copy of the Prime One version. That
yeah.
look pretty good, but I think Prime One's is a little better overall. So, but
Oh, this is the prime one. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So the studio that I think it was like Hundian Studio, something like that. That I had the firekeeper, that little quarter scale lady with the fire in her hands.
yeah.
That company also yeah, they're the ones who did the doll, like a third party unlicensed one of this character. So at
I
one
think.
point I considered getting that one too, but I still just like the Prime one better.
Yeah.
So
Didn't you do an unboxing of a character similar to this?
yep, yeah, that was the firekeeper. Yep.
Okay. Do you
So
still
yeah,
have that
and
piece?
that's why I was looking at getting this Bloodborne piece to kind of pair with it because there's two seated female characters, both from Souls games.
Yeah.
Um, and really, to me, the thing that I like them better about Prime One's version is really just that bonus part, which I haven't seen if he's gotten the bonus version. I think he might have, but with all the like the skeletons kind of coming up out of the ground
Right.
around the headstone and everything. So I think that
Yeah.
would have been a nice piece.
Do
Oh, there we go.
yeah. Do you still have that piece that you unboxed?
I sold it. I did really
Oh,
like it and it was good, but she was just very small. She just didn't fit with anything. She just looked very small compared to my other quarter scales. I have a lot of Prime One quarter scales,
yeah.
so yeah, she just didn't quite work. And she had a really small base, so I tried to
Okay.
make her work in a couple of my like smaller shelves that are separate from these, but it just didn't quite work.
Yeah.
And I was going through again and doing another kind of little purge of pieces, and I was like, I'm like, I can let this one go. It's not the end of the world. So
Did Brian buy it?
no, he didn't. Yeah, I think I sold that
I
one on
figured
eBay, I
it's
believe.
a female character that would kind of fit his collection.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, and he said, Prime One Bloodborne pieces hold their value. They definitely do. I know just that original Hunter piece is very well sought after. So same with Eileen the Crow and some of the other ones. So yeah, for sure. Stanley says Alan needs to buy a forklift.
Well, Stanley, just to let you know, I did buy a hydraulic scissor lift table that extends up to 50 inches high and it holds up to 350 pounds. So that's how I get the statues from ground level up to the shelf and then slide them on. So
Mhm.
every statue collector's got to have a hydraulic scissor table.
Yep. Yeah, it does help. There's been some pieces I've moved that I can't believe I did it without one. It was but it took everything in me to move, like Justice Buster and some other ones. So
Oh, those are
yeah, even
heavy.
like white, even just the base on White Knight when I went to sell that was just so insanely heavy. It was just
Yep.
that would have been nice. I do have one of those lifts at work, but it would have been kind of difficult for me to bring home because those lifts are really heavy. I mean, even just moving them around can be tough. They're really
Well,
dense.
yeah. Well, luckily this is it's a small lightweight version, and
Yeah.
it was not that expensive, like 250 bucks thereabouts.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it isn't bad. And it's very
hmm
sturdy, well made. So yeah, every
Yep.
hobby is best to have one.
hmm Yeah, Knight says, "I love the look of the doll, beautiful and creepy." Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's
And it looks like they I think this piece underwent like a change in the factory, I think, and I think I had like a slight delay because of that, if I remember right. You'll have to let me know, Jax, but because I think they had sculpted the little like fringe pieces on the dress, and then I think they maybe changed it to mixed media, and it looks like I saw them kind of going through it, and looks like it's mixed media now. So, but
yeah, they really do a nice job with some of these characters.
hmm Yeah, and this isn't like I mean, I think this piece is like maybe 21, 22 inches. It's not super big, but it's just a really dense statue. Like it's just solid polystone all around, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's very sturdy. Nothing's gonna fall over. Nothing's gonna lean. So I really like pieces like this.
The only thing is they're very monochromatic as far as the coloring,
Yes.
but I'm assuming the whole game has that look to it.
Yeah. Says they were soft. They applied something to make it solid. Still mixed media. Okay, cool. So yeah, they probably put like a wax or something like that on it. Nice. But yeah, but it's kind of funny because I have started changing my collection a bit and trying to get some more color and variety in here. But back just a couple months ago, I mean, this would have fit perfectly. Almost every single piece I had some sort of like a
Yeah.
gray metallic kind of tone to it. Yeah.
Right.
So, but which
Yeah,
I
and
did like. But
now it's changing. Now you've got the
mhm,
Alita uh, pieces that you're getting, and those are really have a lot of color in them.
mhm.
Are you
Yeah,
still
and
thinking
the
about?
Ripley too.
Yep, yeah, exactly. Ripley's got
Yeah,
some
with that
nice
nice
color.
yellow railing and everything. Yeah.
Yep.
Hmm. Yeah, it's always nice to have a little color. But
You don't
yeah,
have any
looking good,
art
man.
prints up.
Hmm?
No art prints for you, not yet.
Well, I do have a couple, but I have been kind of slimming down my art prints a little bit. I have an Alita print right above me in the corner. I have a Blade Runner print and
Oh,
a Berserk print right in front of my desk, and then I've got another Berserk print and yeah, I got a Dark Soul. So I got a few of them, but I
okay, yeah, you
definitely
do. We just
yeah,
don't
I
see.
just kind of don't really have them on camera. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I've kind of tried to add like little things like the little aliens comic to my alien display and stuff like that, but
yeah.
yeah, just because of the way my shelves are, it's just kind of like tough for me to get back there and hang something, and most of my prints end up being vertical, so it just wouldn't work for that the horizontal shaped shelves. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Love those
yeah,
candles that they just showed. They almost look like wax.
yeah, they do. They look really good. I wish I don't know. I don't think these light up, but I really wish they would have done that. But I could be
Mhm.
wrong. I haven't fully seen this piece, but I mean, if they did it with Skull Knight, they can do it with this piece, and that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, Dinesh, surprised no Elden Ring stuff is on PO. Yeah, I don't understand that. I think a lot of companies are really missing out. I mean, just a couple of years ago, they could have put out pieces and would have made a lot of money. So, and then the companies that have the Elden Ring license are making just I won't say bad pieces, but just stuff that I don't prefer. Like Pure Art's got the Elden Ring line, and the first thing they put out is just a one-to-one arm replica of Millennia, and it's
Oh,
just basically just like a golden arm that sits on a stand that's like feels
right.
like 30 or 40 inches wide, and it's like so I wonder if that was maybe just an issue they had. Maybe they weren't able to do quarter scales or something like that. But if you would have made a quarter
Mhm.
scale Millennia or any of the other characters, they would have been huge sellers, especially at this quality. They could have sold them for
Yeah,
12 to 1500 easily. So
yeah.
I'm frustrated
Almost,
too because I love Elden Ring, and there are also some really nice unlicensed pieces, um, but they're kind of tough to come by too. So
almost looks like mixed media on some of the fringes and
yep, yeah, I think you
on her
said that
clothing.
some of them are cloth, and they kind of just applied like a little bit of like a wax, like fixative kind of thing to it to make it a little more solid.
Hmm.
So yeah, it looks good. Oh, I like
No,
the hands. That's cool. That reminds me of Alita a little bit.
it did.
The
I was
doll
just going to
arms. Yeah,
say, yeah, it does.
yeah, yeah. Looking good, man. Congratulations on that piece. That's awesome. I love seeing reviews for these pieces that, like I said, they're underrated. You don't see a ton of people getting them, and even less people showing them. So it's great to have these videos. So I'm always digging for these unboxings. So
Mhm.
yeah, and bonus piece looks really good too.
Yeah,
So yeah, man, looking good.
cool. Thanks for sharing that.
Mm-hmm. And let's see what else we got here. This is another piece I've been kind of keeping an eye on, and just this company in general. Um, Way Studios makes some pretty insane stuff, and this is
Oh,
their well, there's that Prime One Gypsy Danger bust, which is awesome. But so this video is from Nerdy Sphere, and yeah, this is the Gypsy Danger, um, yeah, I guess non-scale. And I just took a quick peek at this video earlier. I haven't really looked at much, but
yeah,
I didn't know it did this. I had no
yeah.
idea.
I
So
know. Isn't
that's pretty amazing.
that is cool.
Yeah,
I mean, that just adds a whole new level.
yeah. That's above and beyond, man. The paint on this looks amazing too. Yeah, sure thing, man. But
Yeah.
oh,
Yep.
yeah, you're right about the Tree Sentinel. I forget about that one. Yeah, that's right.
Mm.
For from
Prime
Elden
One's
Ring.
going to have some serious competition on these type of pieces
Oh yeah, man,
because
with
I
the
think
creature coming out of the water, like
yeah, because I think their
or
Way Studios getting involved in some of those Transformer pieces as well.
oh yeah, yeah.
like that
Yeah,
weapon depot.
oh yeah, yeah, man, I really want one of their pieces. I just
Oh man, look at this
gotta
one.
figure it out. I always wanted, I wanted that, the Thunder Megazord. That one I thought was awesome, where he's kind of like rearing back, getting about to get his sword out and everything. Like
Yeah,
that one was
yeah.
insane. Yeah, it's like 40 inches tall. Like I don't know, it was like a 27-inch diameter base or something like that. So yeah, these pieces seem amazing.
Oh,
But yeah, man,
thank God I don't collect this stuff. Holy crap.
oh yeah, any
I
kind of
do.
mech stuff is just like, um, it's another whole rabbit hole. I was into building like Gundam model kits and collecting diecast replicas and stuff like that for a while
Oh,
too,
really? Okay.
and that was kind of fun. But yeah, it was a whole nother rabbit hole. And then you get into the robot statues, and they're just ridiculous. So
No, no. No
yeah,
Transformers. No.
yeah, no. The only Transformers piece that I came this close to buying was the Jetwing Optimus Prime.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
one I always really really liked.
Yeah.
I mean, originally the price held me back for a while, but I went and I saw it in person at somebody's house, and I just was. I mean, I've seen a lot of big statues before, but it blew me away. I could
Yeah.
not believe how massive that thing was. And then I think Prime One had it on one of their like Christmas sales with Santa shipping and all that stuff for.
Right.
It was like 2400 or something like that, and I
Oh,
was this close, man. I was like, God, that's amazing.
how
But
could you resist? That's like I mean, that's almost Grail status, that piece.
it is, yeah. I
That's
think
the
it's
one everybody
yeah.
wants.
Yep. Well, I think I think it's mainly just because of the movies. I really tried, but I just couldn't quite get into those movies. The scenes that they make the statues based off of are really cool, but
Yeah.
most everything else about the movies, I'm not really a big fan of. So
Oh, okay.
it's just, yeah, not really my thing. But I can appreciate the mech designs. So
Well, the problem is once you get one, unfortunately, it's going to lead to a second one or maybe a third one.
yeah, exactly. So okay. So another thing I wanted to take a look at was we got a little room tour. It just kind of got posted on the Godlike page just a little while ago. This guy has a really nice Alien and Predator collection. So I'm going to see if I can get a pause this here real quick. I love those shelves he has for the busts.
Yep.
Man, and the thing is too, like from a display point, I've always wanted these acoustic panels, maybe not necessarily to display behind, but to maybe have in my collection room at a certain part. But I love how those look. I love how he has the wood ones going vertical, and then he's got
Yep.
the black ones horizontal. I think that just looks really, really good. So
It does look good.
he did,
Yeah.
yeah, he did a great job on that, man. That's a really good use of that
Especially
material.
with the Predator line, for whatever reason, it works very well.
Yeah. And then I don't recognize that alien, that big chap. That must be like maybe an older sideshow piece or maybe a
I
custom or
I
something. I'm
think
not
that's
quite
a
sure.
sideshow.
Okay, gotcha. Man.
Yep. The other ones I kind of recognize. Those are Prime One pieces in the foreground.
Yeah.
No, the smaller ones over. I don't know who those are by.
Yeah, I don't know either. I haven't seen any of those three.
No, the bust back there is, I think, Prime One, the small one on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
wall. But then he's got artwork with it too, which is, I think, a nice touch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So still hoping XM does the Beast Wars Megatron. Yeah, I hope so too. I actually have the yeah, you just reminded me. I have the XM Optimus Primal on order through Spec Fiction. So I really hope that ends up getting made and doesn't get canceled. But
Ooh.
yeah, I didn't get the Megatron to go with it, but I just thought the Optimus looked so good. They did change the crystal color from like a pink to a darker translucent purple, which I know
Yeah.
is more show accurate, but I did kind of like how it was before. But I still think it's going to be a great piece, so I'm excited for that one. So,
Oh, that'll be nice.
mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
like a nice clean aesthetic. Yeah, for sure. Less is more. Yeah, and he's got everything really well spaced out and everything here. Looks good. Stanley says, "What statue scale do you prefer, and would you mix scales?" I generally like quarter scale and third scale mostly. I don't really get into too much. I have like one or two 1/6 statues, or a few of them, but I prefer quarter scale or third scale. But it just kind of depends on the concept, really.
Yeah.
Especially because sometimes I'll have uh, two characters in a different scale, but yeah, like completely different bases, completely different heights and sizes, and so that can be kind of tough sometimes, especially with berserk pieces.
Yeah.
Man, deciding to go through the quarter scale or third scale guts pieces was really tough for me. But what about you, Alan?
And then yeah, and then Prime One does throw in a like a 6 scale berserk diorama. That
Mm-hmm.
Zod Apostle form behind me is a
Mm-hmm.
6 scale piece, believe it or not. All 200 pounds of it. Uh,
Yeah.
Hard to believe, but yeah. But for me, generally, I would say third scale, quarter scale. Um, but I have 3 half scales,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a number of life size busts. So I do kind of mix it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I never look out for 1/6 stuff, but yeah, just occasionally there's a piece that comes by that I just can't go without. So like I've got the fountain guard of the white tree. That's one of my favorite
Oh yeah,
pieces.
that's
And then
nice.
I still got the Weta leaf lock over here. So
Yep.
yeah, it's been a tough one for me to part with fully. I've had it for sale a couple times, but I really like it, man. It's really
It
good.
it is nice. I just sold mine.
Oh, gotcha.
I did.
Hopefully
Yeah.
you got a decent price for it, but it's been
Yeah,
tough for me
I worked out
to.
I worked out a good deal on that.
Okay, that's
Um,
good.
it was happy for everybody. But
That's
I
good.
just
Yeah.
I have a couple Weta pieces. Uh, the Salvation of Mount Doom and the
Oh yeah.
what is it? The Marshes, Dead Marshes,
Mhm.
and a Frodo and Gollum from Prime One,
Mhm.
and one or two other Prime One pieces. But man, I don't know about you, Noah, but I'm really looking forward to that quarter scale Treebeard.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be tough for me to resist. I really hope it's a decent price. So
It
that's
won't. It
but
won't
I mean,
be.
yeah, well, right. Yeah, I'm just hoping less than like 3,000 would be nice, but if it includes both like Merry and Pippin up there or something, that's gonna be kind of tough. So,
Yeah.
but I have my little Weta miniature tree beard to hold me off for
Oh,
now.
there you go.
So that'll yeah. So but that's gonna be a great piece. That's gonna be tough to resist. But
Not only is it going to have
yeah.
Merry and Pippin, but it's probably going to have some squished orcs or something going on around the base as well.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know how
I would hope they would kind of maybe change it up just a little bit from the old Weta 1/6 version. That'd be kind of nice. But
Yeah,
we'll
careful
see
what
what
you
they
wish
decide to
for.
do.
It's Prime One. You never know what kind of a base or whatever they're going to come up with.
Mhm. Yeah. Virgin Prime says my Prime One waitlist for Big Game Predator converted. Had the comic before, so I want it, but I'm afraid it'll lead me down another rabbit hole. Do you guys think it's a good one? I think so. I mean, I
Oh
think
yeah,
that's a really like if you're into Predator and the giant 1/3 is not your thing, or maybe you don't have space or funds for it, I think the Big Game Predator is great. I've considered that one multiple times. And
yeah.
I would say if you go for that, depending on the shelf that you plan on displaying it on, I've seen, I think it was the Prime One's last sale from, I don't know, a few months ago. Maybe it was the Christmas sale. They had
Hmm.
the Hunter Victim on sale for, it was like $400 or something like that. It was really cheap.
That was a really
So
good price. I saw
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I'd say if you go for that piece, they go for the Big Game Hunter, then yeah, try and find that proximity piece because just like in
yeah.
that video we just saw, it just really adds to it. What do you think,
Uh,
Alan?
yeah, Virgin Prime. I have it. I have that piece, and I have the Hunter's Victim with it. And Freddie was over here looking at it, and I said, once I get all the third scales, I might have to let that quarter scale big game go. And he's like, "Are you crazy? Get rid of that lamp. Put it where the lamp is."
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think you can go wrong for that. I think that'd be a great piece for you. So,
It's a nice piece. It's very well done. You're gonna love it.
mhm. Yeah. Let's see here. Battle Cat has Jungle Hunter 1/3, hopefully shipping end of month. That'd be cool. Yeah, that's a great
Awesome.
piece.
Yeah, it is nice.
And then Vision says, Alan, Alita Battle Angel DX coming home. Which piece are you talking about, Vision? Are you talking about the motorball diorama or a
I,
different one?
I
So
think he's talking about the motorball diorama
okay,
because yeah,
because
he and I
maybe
had discussed that through Messenger a couple weeks ago. He was
oh okay
kind of he was kind of thinking about getting it.
Oh yeah,
Um,
he actually, yeah, he mentioned it to me too. Yeah, he mentioned
yeah,
it was on sale at Sideshow. Yeah.
yeah, but the shipping again is like crazy on that piece because it's two
Hmm.
big boxes. Dude, I'm glad you're getting it. Congrats, you're gonna love it.
Hmm. Hmm. Oh, cool. There we go. Yeah, the one behind Alan. Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
cool.
because I've seen that thing go for $1,000 on sale, but yeah, it's like 350 shipping or something like that, and it's like, it's a lot. Free shipping. All right.
Oh, dude,
Cool. Right on.
good.
Nice. Let's see here. Marlonoid says, "Hey guys, I watched a J&D review by Raphael, and he feels the head is a fraction. Any thought?" I'm not sure what you mean by that. So if you want to clarify down in the chat, I'll be happy to answer that. So unless you happen to know what he's talking about, Alan,
I
not
don't.
sure.
I didn't
Gotcha.
see Raphael's review. I looked at other ones. Most of the reviews were very
Oh, there we
positive.
go. Oh, too small. I'm sorry. I didn't. I was just going down the list here. I didn't see that the head
Oh,
is too small. Hmm. Okay. I'm not sure. I mean, maybe. I don't know, Alan. You have multiple J&D pieces. So do they tend to just scale better together? But do they look small compared to Prime One pieces? Because I would imagine they do. But just because
yeah,
Prime One
because
overscales everything,
Prime
so
One overscales things.
gotcha.
Exactly. And I
Hmm.
have uh, we call it the J&D Superman, the Cavill Superman. I have the Wonder Woman and the Pattinson, and I have them all together, and
Hmm.
they look fairly consistent with one another.
That's good. Okay. Well,
So
yeah. And then yeah, I guess it just depends on what you're going to be pairing it with.
yeah,
Um, I've been tempted many times, but I've held off on a couple J&D pieces just because of trying to pair them with my other third scales. It just wouldn't quite work. So, but I'd probably have to have them off on a pedestal or something like that. So,
yeah. Well, once you go down that rabbit hole, you're really in trouble.
yeah, and honestly, those sales have been very, very tempting. So basically, right in the price range to where I guess to where like a J&D piece would be worth it to me, so to speak. So I've
Yeah.
seen the Arwen go for 1,700,
Hmm.
and yeah, that Jimmy got a really good deal on the Pattinson Batman and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's been tough to stay away from, but I'm holding strong for now. But just yeah, because
Yeah.
it's hard because I love those museum pieces, but I'm just such a sucker for big chunky polystone, big bases, lots of detail, lots of stuff going on, things like
Yeah.
that. So that's been kind of a little bit harder for me to transition into. So I'd kind of have to have them in a different room or something where they could stand out on their own. So
Well, the thing is, if you were to get the Arwen,
mhm.
you don't have much choice, but you'd either have to get the Queen or the J&D version of Aragon. So,
Yeah.
like I
Yeah,
said, no
exactly.
matter what you do, it's a rabbit hole.
Hmm. Yeah. So Lane says, I almost decided to get that Rusty Angel Alita. I love the Alita OVA and the manga. OVA still has one of the most heartbreaking endings I've ever seen. Yeah, for sure. I don't know, Lane. I'd say if it's available, I mean, if it's on wait list or it's sold out, then you've got an excuse. But if it's available, I would say jump on it because that's going to be a very sought after piece, I think. So, but if you miss out on it, I'm curious how far they're going to go down that line because I really like it, and I'm trying to just stick to two pieces. I'm just trying to do Motorball and Rusty Angel, but it's really
Uh-huh.
tough. So if they keep putting out different scenes and other parts of the manga, or maybe even other characters, that's going to be kind of tough. So we'll see what happens. But I think the Rusty Angel is the standout piece so far. That yeah, the diorama where she's fighting the soldier, I do like that a lot. I like that
Hmm.
that bonus version or the deluxe has her tan cape that's in the manga. That's really cool.
Yep. Yep.
Um, but yeah, it's tough, man. Good pieces though. Rusty Angel definitely stands out. So
You know
let's see
you're gonna
here.
get it. You might as well just.
Hmm. Oh, hey Dennis, how's it going, man? I said, did any of us pre-order the LBS Wolverine? I have not. No, I'm not
No.
really collecting too much Marvel at the moment. So it does look good though. But no Wolverine for you, Alan.
No. Not one of my favorite characters, and I really don't collect a lot of Marvel. I have a couple of pieces, XM pieces,
Hmm.
and that's it. I'm gonna hold on to those, but I'm not gonna expand
Yeah.
down the Marvel rabbit hole because there's no getting out of that one.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, and yeah, that's right. You're not really doing a whole lot of comic pieces right now in general, right?
Yeah, I'm sticking
Yeah.
to movie and manga.
Gotcha. Let's see. Stanley says, "Are you interested in any of the teased J&D pieces?" I'll have to go back and take a look because I haven't really checked their page in a couple weeks, like a week or two. So I'll have to take a look. But Knight says, "I think Jack Sparrow and David Jones will be offered as a 2-pack." So or I think it means Davy Jones. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool. I did hear they were going to do a Jack Sparrow, so I'm assuming that's one of the things they've teased. But Battlecat says, "Alan, are you getting the Deep Tail Predator life-size bust? And no, aside from Alita, would you ever consider another life-size bust?" So, Alan, you can go first.
No life-size Predator bust. I have a life-size alien bust from Queen, and my God, that thing takes up a lot of room. It's 3 feet tall and 3 feet wide, and it's just a space hog. I can't imagine a Predator life-size bust. It'd probably be even
Mhm.
worse.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen other customs and things, and yeah, they're gigantic. So yeah, and then me, it's tough because there are a lot of silicone busts I really do like. A couple of the Batman busts I've liked a lot. I thought the Pattinson Infinity bust looked really good.
Yeah.
I don't know, back a year or two ago, I was looking at the Ben Affleck Batman bust because I saw that one in person at a statue shop, and I just could
Mm,
not believe how insanely big that thing was. So I've thought about that one, but yeah, I've said it in the past. I think if I were to go down the rabbit hole of getting more busts, I would probably do like the Sume life size anime busts. I've made up some like Photoshop mock-ups and everything, and those are all pretty reasonable price for the most part. So those would probably be the ones I would go with.
yeah.
So
Well,
if I were
before you
to
do
go
that,
down
you
that,
got to commit to the Wukong.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, and that would be the last one I would consider would be that Wukong bust. But crazy price for me, that would be like I said, $3,000 for Alita was kind of rough to push past for me. But five
Yeah.
thousand for Monkey King would be, I mean, it would be amazing. But man, it's just crazy to think about. I don't know how I can explain that one without selling, half
Well,
my collection.
you would definitely have to. Well, you'd have to sell some pieces to make room for it. So
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I'd
you
probably have
really
to
have,
get rid of those Batman pieces and move
yeah,
Pattinson somewhere else and maybe sell Tech 1000 and yeah,
yeah.
a couple other ones.
You really have to love that character to spend that much for it.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm getting through the game. I do really, really like it, but I am a little bit stuck right now. Um, every game I play just seems to be really hard, or maybe I'm just getting old. I'm not sure what it is, but I just every game I play, I'm getting my ass kicked. So I'm probably halfway through Wukong, but yeah, I've
Okay.
been taking a little break right now to kind of cool down and catch up on some other games, but
Yeah,
the piece looks amazing though, and
but
really depending on that third skill they put out,
yeah,
I may go with that because that would be a piece I
that
could
would
do on a pedestal and get some
right.
custom lighting and
It,
stuff.
that
Yeah.
would satisfy the Wukong itch, and
Yep.
it wouldn't break the bank, and it wouldn't
Hmm.
fill up the whole room. So that might
Hmm.
be the right way to go.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Knight says the Sylvanas bust would be the only one I would get for the horde.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's an insane piece. That's a piece I could see you getting, Alan. I could totally see you get that one.
No, actually, but there is a oh goodness, Infinity. I can't think of the name of the character. It's from World of Warcraft, female character.
Hmm.
Uh, God,
Valera, I think. I think
yes,
it's
thank
Valera.
you.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, I have that on PO. Now, whether or not I keep it, I'm not sure. It was one of those very impulsive purchases. You
Hmm.
know how that can be.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
saw it, and I'm like, "Wow, she's beautiful. I gotta get that one and put it next to the Near
Hmm.
Automata 3rd scale."
Yeah.
I thought, "Man, that would pair up really nice."
Hmm.
And that was the
No,
intent, but
oh, go
I
ahead.
I keep I keep looking at it, and it hasn't sold out yet.
Oh,
Whereas
gotcha.
the Near, I think, within a few days, that thing was, like, waitlisted.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So, the popularity might not be there for that piece, and right now, my collection is at the point where if I purchase something on that level, in the back of my head, it's like, okay, if I buy it in 2 years, 3 years, whatever down the road, is it still gonna have appeal that I'll be able to sell it, or am I gonna take
Mhm.
a bloodbath on it when I try to sell it?
Yeah. Mhm.
Where I know
Yeah.
the near, if I ever go to sell that piece, it'll be an easy sale.
Mhm.
The other one,
Yeah,
I'm not
you can
sure.
sell it to me, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, did you? Oh, you wanted that one?
I did, but yeah, I passed on it originally because of the price, and then yeah, I was potentially going a different direction in my collection. So, but
Yeah.
it is a great piece, though. If it came available again, it'd be kind of tough for me to pass up. But
Okay.
yeah, but I know what you mean about that Infinity piece, though. It's everybody says like like you don't want to buy a piece to just like think about selling it later or anything, but most of the time when I sell stuff, it's not because I never intend to. It's just
Right.
I only have so much space and there's so many good pieces that come out that
Yep.
if I never sold anything, I would have stopped collecting 2 or 3 years ago probably, and I wouldn't have been able to, so I kind of just do it for necessity and just to kind of freshen things up. But yeah, unfortunately, you do got to consider the resale value because I've taken a bath on a few pieces in the past, and you just try to you just block it out. You try to think about it and just move on. So, but once in a while, you just have a piece that you're just not into anymore, and you just want to get rid of it. You just don't want to look at it anymore, and you don't want to look at the boxes anymore. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, right now that's it's always on my mind when I get a new piece. It's
hmm
like, okay, will I be able to sell this at some point if I need to?
hmm
And if the answer is no, you're probably going to be stuck with it. Odds
hmm
are I might walk away from it. I might not buy it.
yeah, yeah. hmm so Jack said, "Do you see the sideshow did a Hicks from Aliens One Quarter?" Yeah, I think that was actually Hollywood Collectibles Group, and I
It
think I
was.
think we talked about that one on Friday. Yeah, and yes, we all agree it doesn't look that great.
No, you don't even
It's
want to know what my review was on that.
yeah,
I'm probably
yeah,
going to get hate mail.
right, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like what they were going for. I know like all the camo and all, like he has so much going on in his outfit. It's tough to really get that right. And I do like that they at least put a little effort into the base with the face hugger and all that. But
Yeah.
that's like a little more than I expected from that company. I would expect like a plain black museum base or something. So because they mostly just do like replicas that are on stands. So but yeah, otherwise, yeah, it could definitely use some work. I don't really know how well that one's going to sell. I mean, I have, obviously I have the quarter scale Ripley, so does Alan, but neither of us are interested in adding that one to the collection. So that's okay. That's how it
Yep.
goes. So
If Prime One Blitzway does them
yeah.
and they turn out like Ripley, that'll be an instant sell something out of the collection to make room for.
hmm Yeah, for sure. Marlon White says 1/3 Alita museum pose in her battle mode is overdue. Absolutely. Yeah, that I think if well, I know Queen's got the license, so if Queen did a 1/3 museum Alita with the rooted hair and silicone glass eyes, I think that would do really, really well. Especially
Yep.
if they pick the right outfit for her. Whatever's gonna showcase the most detail. So if it is the Berserker armor or however they do it, that would be really cool. So because I had the Prime One Alita quarter scale where she was kind of standing on that Iron City base, and she had the sword, different poses you could have her in.
Oh, oh, you
Um,
had that.
yeah, that one, God,
Okay.
I think that was the second statue I bought. Yeah, first one
Yeah.
was the Guts Berserker armor, that OG one back there, and then that was
Yeah.
my second piece. And it was
Oh,
good,
okay.
but it was definitely it was damn near third scale. I mean, it was she was really big. So
Mm-hmm.
it was a good piece, but when you compare uh the new head sculpts like you have on the motorball diorama compared to the old ones they
Yeah.
had for
Yep.
her, those ones look kind of rough. So these new ones are much better. So, and then especially seeing, showing what Queen's come out with for her and everything too. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, but that would be great to see. Um, did you see the Hot Toys 2025 showcase the Sideshow put up? I haven't yet. No. I'll have to check that out though, because I used to collect some Hot Toys here and there, but I sold pretty much everything. I was into Star Wars and Spider Man, and I've cleared all those out. But they did get me recently for two. I got the Alien Romulus Rain Carradine and the Scorched Alien. So they
Oh,
did get me
cool.
for those. So I probably shouldn't watch this. Kind of keep me away from them because yeah, because I'm trying to avoid Hot Toys, but
I,
it's great to have when no, like I said, if a statue company hasn't done that character yet, it's really tempting when Hot Toys put something out.
I
So
didn't know you were doing any Hot Toys.
I'm really not, and I don't really have space for them. It'd be kind of like something I would put up on my speakers or somewhere on my desk, maybe.
Okay.
But I really loved Alien Romulus. I had a really good
Yeah.
time with that. I saw it in theaters with a bunch of friends, and then showed
Right.
some other friends at my house. We watched it, and we just had a blast. And I think Rain's a pretty good character. I like her character design and everything too, with the Wayland Yutani T-shirt and all that
Yep.
stuff. I
Yep.
like the new pulse rifle design with the red and white. So Yeah, they got me for that one. But I think if Prime One announced a quarter scale Rain, I'd definitely be tempted to cancel the
Uh,
Hot Toys and just go with
y-
that for sure.
You'd have
So
to because you'd want to pair it up with Ripley.
yep. And the thing is that the Scorched Alien from Prime One 2 also has my attention. So that one I definitely want to get. Even if it's it doesn't fit with the tusk or anything, I could
Yeah,
put that on a pedestal. So all we need
yeah,
is rain, and then I'll be good to go. So
exactly. I don't know
yeah.
if you saw this, Noah, or not, but I was looking at Sideshow earlier today. Did you see in the coming soon parts the Escape from New York Snake Plissken?
Hmm.
They
Where was
didn't
that at?
show very much on Sideshow. Coming
Oh, okay.
soon.
Let's see if I can pull that up.
I mean, Snake Plissken. I mean, that's a popular character. I mean,
Hmm.
even I like that.
Yeah.
They don't show very much. It just says, Escape from New York. Coming soon. They don't say what scale it is. They don't say if it's anything about it.
Hmm.
But if they do that character, they're going to pull in some of the other characters from that movie.
Hmm. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, there we go. I see it down at the bottom. Yeah, Escape from New York. Miscellaneous collectibles is what they're labeling it. Hmm.
Okay,
That's cool though.
I was surprised to see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard of it. I've never watched this, but I've heard of it.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's been a long time since I've seen this come up. So, wow, that's cool. Huh. One hot toy in storage, Elder Predator 2.0. That's cool. That's a good figure. I've seen that one before. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, let's see here. I got a couple more things for us tonight. Saw some in-hand pictures of the Jet Power Optimus Prime.
Ooh.
I believe that's what it's called. Yeah. This thing looks chunky, man. This
Oh
thing is
man, I'm telling
insane.
you. Wow.
Yeah, and this is from Derek. Um,
And that's
I
next
love.
to what is the War Tank?
Yeah, it looks like I assume XM War Tank. Yeah,
XM.
so
Yeah.
that's wow, that's crazy.
And it's as big, if not bigger,
Hmm.
than
Yeah, it's
War
like
Tank.
the base. Yeah, the base looks a little smaller, but yeah, the width I think might be probably matches it.
Oh, because he's holding those swords out.
Hmm. Yeah, and man, it's been a while since I've looked. I forget all the different attachments for this thing. There's so many, but it's a really cool piece. It's not anything I'd ever buy just because of space and price. But man,
Yeah.
I think the head sculpt on this I love. I just think it's a really great Optimus head sculpt, and I love the paint on his body, and it's just they did a killer job with this thing. See if I can zoom in enough, but yeah, I don't
I
know. It's
I've
just
seen pictures of some collectors that have
yeah.
like almost this entire line of movie statues from Prime One. I mean, when
Mhm.
you put them all together,
Mhm.
it looks amazing. But they
Mhm.
take up a lot of room. I mean, you need a stadium to display that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. But man, I mean, I know pictures can only do this so much justice, but just from some of the other Prime One pieces I have, I know that this like metallic silver with these gold accents in here mixed in probably look
Yeah,
incredible. Yeah,
it's
it's
another one of those like 300 piece put together. You know,
yeah.
I don't know if I'd have the patience for that, but
Mhm. Yeah. Oh man, that's such a good head
that's almost
sculpt.
like a Lego kit when you get into 300 pieces.
Yeah, it kind of it's yeah. Well, man, that's how Justice Buster was for me. That was it was a lot of fun, but man, it was definitely work too. Just 3 boxes, multiple layers, and I mean, it took up every square inch of space in my office to try and like get all those pieces out. I had Brian help me out with that one, so
Oh,
I
did he come
imagine.
over to help? Okay.
Yeah, he actually did. Yeah. Well, number one, he wanted to see it, but I was like, dude, I just like there's just so much to put together, and on that one too, they did recommend that the legs on Justice Buster, you have a leg, and then you kind of have like the pelvis, hip area,
Yep.
and you kind of
Yep.
have to take the other leg, yeah, and peg it in first, and then set it down
It's,
into the base, and
yeah, it's a two-person job. Well, somebody's got to hold
yeah,
one part while the other guy puts the other piece in.
yeah, and then the torso on that thing is, I mean, it's as big as my torso. It's huge. And so it's that we had to each get on kind of one side and gently let it in there and get it at the right angle so it'd slide
Yeah.
down into the peg. Yeah, it was
Wow.
crazy.
I didn't realize it was that big, man. It's an awesome piece.
Yeah, it was huge. Yeah. So Lane says 120 pieces. That's nuts.
Yeah.
But then Edwin, yeah, the blue on that
Hey, buddy.
Optimus is a great contrast. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's incredible. Yeah, it looks like a Gundam. Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, I love the Josh Nizzy stuff. I had Neon Genesis Evangelion Unit 1 diorama with where he's dragging the angel through the blood.
Mhm.
I had that one from Josh Nizzy. That was a great piece.
Where did
So,
all these pieces go?
to the great beyond. I have no idea.
Oh,
Yeah, I just
okay.
sold them off. I don't know. I used, it was kind of in that the first couple years I collected. I just bought everything. I
Yeah.
just bought anything I thought looked cool,
Uh,
and if it fit within a certain space, I just went for it.
yep.
Um, and
I
some of these pieces that I was maybe like mostly sold on, but not completely. But I'd get them for a decent price, and so I would just kind of jump on it. But yeah,
honestly, when I first started, Noah, I did the same thing.
hmm,
Everything I
yeah,
saw, I felt like I had to have it,
yep.
and then I spent 2 years selling everything
Yep, mhm. Yeah, yeah. I
because
just, it was tough, man, because I was watching a lot of movies, and I was, shortly after I got into collecting in general, I was getting really into anime, so I had
Mhm.
I've had all sorts of different One Piece statues from different unlicensed companies, and, I've had Cowboy Bebop, I've had,
Yep.
Fist of the North Star pieces, yeah, Evangelion
Wow.
pieces. I've had just had all sorts of stuff, and so occasionally I'll go back and I'll look through my Instagram from a few years ago and just be like, "Oh yeah, I remember that one. I remember that one." Just
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
reflect on it, and but overall, I'm happy with what I have now. I prefer this layout compared to what I used to have. So
Yep. Oh, you got some killer pieces.
yeah, so they were good, but
I still wish you would have kept Alita, but
yeah, I agree. That was a really great piece. I just I don't know. It's tough. There's always something new coming in, always something great, and um,
yeah, I know.
but that one it was something else. But I I don't know, no idea why I sold it. But yeah, like I said, it's one of those things you try to kind of push down and forget about, and you're like, so now I'm relapsing with going the manga route with those pieces. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and
and
now it's
then
like, yeah, you kinda wish you had that bust, you could surround the bust with all the manga pieces.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and even the little shelf I had around over here that I have the fountain guard on right now,
Yeah,
yeah, that's where I used to have the bust, and um one of those manga pieces that could have fit underneath her. So I almost went that route, but
yeah. Well, I
yeah.
mean, you never know. If one comes up at some point
Hmm.
and the funds are available and you've got the space, and you could always go back and pick it up again.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, if Freddie waits any longer to unbox his, I'm gonna have to start
Oh, I know.
poking him and being
No,
like, "Hey,
dude,
you just feel like selling that?"
yeah.
And
No, dude, I'm gonna drive over to his house and force him to open that thing.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, Jack says, I regret not ordering the figure. I'm a Vampire Hunter D. I don't know
Mm,
if you've seen that piece, Alan, but that thing is incredible. Where he's on the horse, and it's just like I forget,
I
it's probably
on the
30
horse,
something inches tall.
I did see it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a great piece. Yeah. I think that's where Figurama does best is with their 1/6 dios. I think that's they've got a Naruto piece that I've looked at that's really good
yeah.
too. Yeah,
But
it's
I
like,
mean, that thing was still huge.
oh yeah, yeah.
It
Anything
was still
involving a horse is gonna be huge no matter what the
well,
scale.
yeah, I mean, J&D is, teasing a Skull Knight on horse. It's probably
Yeah.
gonna be 6 scale, but
Mhm.
it's still gonna be enormous.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
And I know you got your eyeballs set for that one. I do too. I can't wait to see what they come up with.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be insane. Yeah, I love that dynamic concept they showed.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right, let's see. So I got one more thing to show here. Um, Alan, I think this one's on your radar as far as I know. So and I do like this piece a lot too. So this is the Queen Studios Gandalf 1/3.
Hmm.
So it's looking pretty good. And I know we've talked about the Aragorn too.
Yeah.
Um, I prefer the Aragorn from Queen myself, but I
Yeah,
don't know, Alan. What do you think? Is this something you think you'd pick up, or
you know what bothers I okay, I think overall it looks good. I think the face is not quite there,
okay?
and the beard really bothers me. It's
Yeah, I
just, it's I don't know, man. That beard, it looks like tufts of cotton candy coming down or something. I I'm not there with the beard. Um,
yeah, I know what you mean. It's
It
tough to do. Well, you remember they did the two versions, but the Infinity Studio half scale Gandalf they did with the rooted hair.
yes.
There was something that just looked a little bit off on that one too. I think this one looks a little bit better, but
Okay.
yeah,
It's
it,
it's
it's got to be tough.
it's not there for me on this one.
Yeah.
Now, the Aragon, I think the
Hmm.
Queen the Queen Aragon portrait is as good. It may be better than what J&D has done.
Hmm.
I like the J&D mixed media better on Aragon,
Hmm.
but the overall pose and the face sculpt, I like the Queen. And if I had to pick one, I would probably go for the Queen. What is this?
Hmm. Yeah, Casual says I need to be
Oh,
consultant at Queen for the beard. Yeah.
hey,
That's
Cash.
funny. Yeah, good to see you, man. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah,
Yeah, and Jack says, yeah, the beard's not it. I mean, it's close. Like, okay, certain pictures, like this one looks okay. This looks decent in that darker lighting. I mean, obviously there
yeah.
could be a filter or something applied here, but there it's a little messy. Yeah, I feel like it could be a little thicker. This one looks like he just woke up. It's kind of like how I look in the morning.
Yeah.
So
I,
it's yeah. There's a
I
couple
don't
like
know.
here, like I like this looks okay. The way it kind of fills out. They did a pretty decent job with the curling of it to try
You
and
know
make
what
it
I
look
think it
natural,
is?
but it might be a little too tightly curled. I'm not sure. But
It's too curled and it's too full. His beard
yeah,
was
yeah.
not that full. This looks like a Santa Claus, real full beard.
Oh,
His
yeah,
his
yeah.
beard in the movie was like more straggly looking.
Mhm. Yeah,
It
here it
wasn't
just,
that.
like, straight up looks not good. It looks like they just took a blow dryer to it and
Yeah,
yeah,
no, they need to work on that.
yeah.
I think they're
I
off to a
will
good start. It just needs a little bit of tweaking.
yeah, well, and then, any of these silicone pieces with mixed media, rooted hair and everything, it's you just never really know until the production pieces come out. I mean, sculpted, for the most part, unless there's, like, a paint issue, you kinda know what you're getting, but, yeah, the mixed media, you never know. So, sometimes it's better, sometimes it's not, so, um, it depends, man. Looks like the old Moses movie. Yeah, that's true.
It
Yeah,
does.
yeah. So it's a good piece. So I mean, I'm still glad they're doing this, regardless. It's still cool to see that like I still kind of can't believe they're doing a 1/3 Lord of the Rings line. I don't know why. I just never expected to see it, and the fact that it popped up,
Right.
yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it says Queen Studios in art Gandalf is perfection. I agree. That one does look really good. I've seen some pictures of that one. I'm sure they'll clean this one up. Need more armor or beard damage. Love the line so far in 1/3 though. Hopefully they complete it. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
If they did a 1/3, I mean, I don't know who they're going to do next. I haven't really looked, paid attention. But if they do a 1/3 Gimli,
Hmm.
that one's going to be tough for me to resist because I love the Infinity half scale, but
Yeah.
price is a little high, and I'm not really digging half scales anymore. So if they do a good 1/3 and it's a decent price, then I may get that. So because I missed out on the Prime one quarter scale Gandalf sculpted, which I really like that one, but a mixed media with glass eyes and everything would be really cool to have too. So
Uh, which are you talking about? The third scale? Sorry, the quarter scale from Prime One, the new one coming
yeah,
out.
I had my eye on that. Yeah, the Gimli. I had my eye on that one for a
Okay.
long time, and I almost bought it multiple times. But and I thought the sculpted beard looked really good. The likeness on him looked really good. But
Yeah, I agree. It is
it
a
was
nice.
just a small piece. That was the tough part for me. It was just very small, and it was like, even though it looked great, 12 it was like
Yeah.
12 $1,300 after shipping for a piece that was like 18 inches with the axe up in the air, and I was like,
Yeah.
man, that's a lot of money. I was like, that's for such a tiny piece. So
Yeah. At least with
yeah.
the Frodo and Gollum, there's two characters,
Hmm.
so they're small, but it didn't. The price didn't bother me that much.
Hmm. Yeah. All right.
Are you still tempted for the J&D Heroine?
I am. I do like it a lot, but I just don't know. I don't think I have the proper space for it. So, oh, Battlecat says, "Have a good evening, gents. Great show and
Oh,
great job, Alan." No, thank you, man.
yeah,
Appreciate that. Thank you for
yeah,
joining us. You're good to see
yes.
you. Yeah, we'll
Glad
be
you're
ending
here.
here just shortly. So, but yeah, I just think my garage shelves I use they're 24 inches deep, And so it depending on how I have to be kind of creative when I display smaller pieces. So that's been kind of my issue with
Well,
J&D.
yeah,
Yeah, I
the
don't really have like
bases
a
are
museum set up yet. So
yeah, yeah, and the base is 12 by 12.
okay, that's not too bad.
It's
So
12. Yeah.
oh, okay, I see what we're doing here. So what I'd have to do is I'd have to do a row along the front, and then I'd have to build a riser behind it and do another row of J&D behind it.
Yes, you could do that
That would
very
work.
easily. Yes, that would work.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, for sure.
I think
Um,
it's still available over at Todd.
really? Man. Yeah, that's tough, man. We'll see. There's just too many pieces. And I'm struggling with these the new Resident Evil piece and Last of Us Dio,
Oh, I
to pull
keep
the trigger on
yeah,
those two, and I adore both of those pieces, but yeah,
yeah,
so it's
yeah,
J&D may be a rabbit hole I have to stay out of for a little while. I mean, I was even briefly tempted on that Guts, but that price scared me away. So
yeah.
if it
That's a
was if it was 2,500, I would have
right.
maybe considered it, but or something like that, maybe
Mhm.
3,000 at most. But yeah, 36 to 4 kind of pushed me away. But
No, I don't blame you.
um, yeah. So Statue Kingdom asks, what scales the Weta Workshop Lord of the Rings pieces? I think, far as I know, they're all 1/6, I believe.
6th.
Yeah, Weta has done some quarter scales for other licenses, like for some DC pieces, um, and like The Witcher and some other ones like that. But yeah, Lord of the Rings, I'm not sure why they haven't gotten into the quarter scale line. I think they would do a pretty good job, but um, I don't
Maybe a
know.
licensing issue? I don't know.
Could be, yeah, yeah. But I really like their I like their standalone characters that they do in 1/6. Even though the price is, I think, a little high for what you get. They're about $400 each, but I've seen them go on sale for like 250 certain
Mm,
times a year. So I think that's worth it. But for me,
sure.
I love just like you too, Alan. I love their 1/6 dioramas. That's just where they really
Let
shine.
let me tell
So
you, their dioramas, oh, man.
mhm.
Uh, if I could find that, I don't know the name of the character, King someone or other, the Elf King on the
Oh,
throne.
uh, God, yeah.
I
Um,
can't think of his
I
name.
know, it's on the tip of my tongue. I'll think of it in a second, but yeah,
Yeah.
Thranduil, that's what it is,
Yes,
Thranduil,
on
yeah.
the throne with those big elk horn thingy going on. That's an amazing piece.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, fortunately, when back where I'm from, out in Indiana area, I was able to drive up and go to the Collector's Own shop up in Michigan,
Okay.
and he had pretty much all the 1/6 Weta pieces on display. Yeah, and that
Ooh,
Thranduil was just insane.
yeah.
So, and
That
he also had the Saruman on throne with that like 41-inch tall throne. He had that piece and some other ones too. So it was really cool. I love those. I think those pieces they definitely go well if you can display them all together. So
yeah.
and that's why I'm so on the fence about Leaf Lock too, because I really like him, but I need to get like another 1/6 diorama to go with it because he just stands out so much compared to my other pieces. So yeah.
He would probably look really good with the, Dead Marshes.
Yeah, you're right. He probably would. Yeah, I think they're
'Cause
pretty
it's
similar
got that
height. Yeah, with the tree.
tree motif going on. Yeah.
Yeah. hmm Yeah, and then I briefly paired him with the Fountain Guard, but didn't quite work. I mean, yeah, both tree pieces, but yeah, that the Fountain Guard's just significantly smaller in comparison to him. So a different color scheme too. But
Yeah.
yeah, I love their pieces though. I've missed out on too many of the Masters Collection pieces, so I'm really going to try and pay more attention to those. I still want, God, Alan, there's so many pieces. I still want the Radagast and Roscabel piece
Oh,
they
I
have.
forgot about that. Yeah, you
Yeah,
were
that one. I still look at that from time to time, and I want it
it's
so badly.
it's probably in your cart somewhere.
It is, yeah, yeah. I think if I logged in, it would be on the Weta site. It would be there. Yeah, that's another really great one.
That
So,
that is a nice one. Yeah, I
mhm.
like that one too.
Yeah, I still may grab that one at some point, but man,
Y
it's tough.
you could do your whole room just Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, oh
There's
yeah, for
so
sure.
much material out there.
hmm Yeah. So, well, we're getting close to we're all just past that 1 hour mark right now. I just had
Yeah.
kind of a little bit of an off topic question for everybody, real quick before we go. Let me see here. Just one I'm just personally curious about. What hobbies do you guys have besides collecting? So I know this usually sucks most of our money dry, but um, if there's anything else you guys are interested in, I'm curious. So let me know in the chat. So what about you, Alan? What other stuff do you do besides collecting?
Well, I dump a lot of money into my truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a money pit.
Mm-hmm.
and bonsai. I still do bonsai.
Cool.
Enjoy
That's
doing that.
awesome. I've always wanted to
Mm.
get into that. That looks really nice. That looks fun.
Uh,
Even though I'm sure it's probably a pain to some
I
extent, but
yeah. I mean, I used to behind me on that wall instead of that cabinet, there used to be a 1,000 gallon live coral reef aquarium back there, saltwater.
wow,
That filled
man,
up
that's
that whole
awesome.
wall. Um, but that
Wow.
started as a hobby and turned into a business, which is my current business right now.
Oh,
So
cool.
that's what I do.
Sweet.
I
So
don't see any
Jack says
gaming.
gaming and tattoos. Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Cool. Reading sci-fi fantasy. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, what's your favorite series? Let me know, man. I like reading some sci-fi too here and there. Um, main hobby is being a virgin.
Is
Yeah.
that by
So
choice? Oh, I'm not going to
yeah,
ask.
I was right. That's funny. Well, for me,
Yeah.
I live out in the desert, so I live out in Arizona. So, past year or so, I've gotten into a lot of like landscaping and desert gardening and stuff. So that's been something I've been doing a lot of.
Oh.
So I've been just, my backyard was basically a huge dirt slab, just a big dirt rectangle. And
Hmm.
I had it that way for years. And I started meeting some people that were into plants and things like that. So I kind of got into that. Now I have all these like rock pathways going through my backyard, these like privacy shades, and we're going to be
Awesome.
planting some trees and stuff soon. And I plant a lot of agave and stuff like that, and just a bunch of different cactus. And so I kind
Oh,
of,
it's like
yeah, I try and pick out
succulents.
those things. Yeah, succulents. Yep.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, so I
Oh,
really
dude.
like that. So that's kind of what my hat is. That's just an agave. It's not a marijuana leaf. It's an agave. So, but yeah. So that's been kind of my thing. It's really relaxing, and most of the plants they're very low water, so I don't really I don't have to do too much to them, but I still keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
But and then I also love just being out here. Anyway, I love hiking a lot. There's a lot of really good trails near me up in the mountains, and I really like kayaking and just road trips in general. That's kind of my thing. I like to spend money on aside from
Yeah.
statues. So yeah.
Emily enjoy all of those things as well.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, we've done a lot of hiking together. Yeah, she's got a kayak too, so we used to travel around a lot and just go to different lakes, and we drive 3-4 hours sometimes to go to certain spots, and yeah, we
Awesome.
if anyone's familiar with like Antelope Canyon up in Page, that's a big tourist spot up there. There's a section where you can kayak in from one part of the from Lake Powell, and you can go right into the canyon from there without having to go through all the touristy
Hmm.
stuff. You can just ride right in there. So that's kind of cool. But and she's gotten into so Emily's more of a houseplant person, so she's got a lot of stuff all around in pots in the house. So she hasn't really gotten too much into the desert gardening,
Okay.
um but yeah, she's way bigger on the house plants. She can keep them alive where I'm not good at the house plants, but I can do the tough low water desert plants. So
Okay, well, let me ask
yeah,
a question then. How
yeah.
how many rooms of the house is she allowed to put plants in versus how many rooms are you allowed to put statues in?
Yeah, so she's got them. I think she mostly has them in like the living room, dining room area. And I think she may have a couple in her art studio. I think that's about it.
Okay. All right.
But it sucks because I feel bad because she loves them, and she spent years like growing these really big monstrosa plants and stuff like that. Or not monstrosas, I'm sorry. God, I forget the name of them. Starts with an M. But one of our third cat that we have likes to kill plants. So
Oh no.
yeah, our first two had no interest in them at all, and then they just yeah, the third one just had a big interest in it. So we've had to kind of put them all really up high and kind of limit how much space she has for him, so he can't get to them. So yeah, but
Well,
Tony,
that's
comic
nice.
books, gaming,
That's nice.
family, cool man, sweet. Random Korean gaming, K-pop. Hoping J&D does the K-pop route someday. I could definitely see them doing that. Yeah, for sure. So desert gardening sounds cool. It is, man. It's chill. I
Yeah.
like it a lot. It's the desert has such strange plants. There's I think like 70 different types of agave that you can grow and all sorts of different weird alien looking cactus you can grow. So it's another rabbit hole that I have to pump the brakes on a little bit here and there too. So yeah.
Yeah, but that's
So,
nice.
mhm.
Yeah. I
uh,
uh I forgot to mention, yeah, I do have I have like a 2,500 gallon koi pond in the backyard.
oh, that's cool.
I
That's
keep
really cool.
Japanese koi in, and it's got like 2 waterfalls and 2 bridges that you can walk over the pond in a couple areas.
Oh man, that's nice.
I got into that whole Japanese motif,
Hmm.
probably because of the bonsai.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'd love to see that someday. That's amazing. There was the house I grew up in. There was a guy down the street that had a like a really lush front yard, and he had
Yeah,
smaller koi ponds. But yeah, he had the same thing. He had these little pathways with vegetation 8 feet high and little bridges that went over the koi pond and stuff. So yeah,
nice.
those are neat, man. So I collect original art prints, toy electric trains, and silver bronze age comics. Cool. That's awesome. Yeah, one of my grandpas used to be into trains big time. So that's cool. Grifter says buying some retro consoles and games, mostly 16-bit. That's awesome, man. I love that style. I love how a lot of the modern games, kind of like the modern indie games, go that style too. So that's cool. Tony says did the fish hobby for a long time. That was fun.
Oh,
Cool.
cool. Good.
Cormick, good to see you, man. We're just going to be wrapping up here in just a minute, but thank you for joining
Yep.
us. Good to see you. So cool. Well, right on, man. Yeah, I was
Right.
just curious about that. Yeah, so thank you guys for sharing. I appreciate that. So,
Yeah, we
but
want to
yeah,
see
man.
you post some pics on that gardening, Noah.
Oh, sure. Yeah, yeah. I'll have to do that. Yeah, it's coming along. I'm finally getting to the point where I'm, there's kind of some form to everything. So it took a long
Yeah.
time, but
Oh,
yeah, we're
yeah.
getting there. Yeah. Yeah. I just had a friend of mine just gave me. It's called an octopus agave, and things like 5 feet in diameter, and it just kind of goes off in all these crazy different directions, and it's cool, man. So that's the latest one I got in the ground. So
Oh, that's
yeah,
neat.
yeah. Saw a TikTok video where an owl took his $1,000 fish.
Oh, no.
That's terrible, man. That's awful. Yeah, but all right. Well, cool. I guess we'll wrap it up. Alan, it's been great
Yeah.
talking with you, and
Yeah,
yeah,
you
thank you
too.
guys all
Oh,
for joining us. And I hope I'll see the Super Bowl results tomorrow or later tonight, and see what good commercials were there. But it was great to join you guys and spend some time talking about collectibles. So, all right. Well, hey, you guys have a good
yeah.
night, and we'll catch you next Friday for Statue Talk, 8 p.m. Central. So,
Yeah.
thanks for joining us, guys.
Peace,
Take it
guys. Yep.
easy.
Thanks for joining.